Hello everyone, this is Gracie here. We will be discussing problem 2.16 in this video. So the problem goes like a work order for 1000 units of a product passes through 3 machines for which the machine hour rates are as follows. Machine A 5 rupees. So these are the machine hour rates. So for machine B it is 6, for machine C it is 8. Material cost of the work order was rupees 38,000 and wages rupees 5,000. Machine A worked for 400 hours, machine B worked for 600 hours, machine C worked for 500 hours. Upon completion of the work order, material worth rupees 2,000 were returned to stores. Office overheads are to be charged at 60% of works cost. 10% of the production is going to be discarded, being unsatisfactory, for which half the amount can be realized from the sale in the market. Find out the selling price per unit if 20% profit on selling price is desired. So they have given the information and they've asked you to prepare the cost sheet telling find out selling price per unit if 20% profit on the selling price is desired. So we will do the calculation based on the information given here for the 3 machines. They have given the machine hour rate, they have given the material cost, and they have given the wages. The machine hour is given, then the rate for those hours are given, then they have given office overhead expenses 60%, then 10%. The main calculation is 10% of the production is going to be discarded, being unsatisfactory, for which half the amount can be realized from the sale in the market is the main calculation in this problem. So let us get into the solution. So this is a solution for problem number 2.16. So job cost sheet, order, work order number, as numbers not given in the problem. So how many units? 1000 units. So this is the cost sheet. So as per the question, we have discussed that they have given the information about, so we are going to prepare the format as per the cost sheet. So here they have given materials cost. Material cost of work order was 38,000 and wages. So these are the direct expenses which you are going to consider to prepare your cost sheet. So what are your direct expenses here is material cost of work and wages. So material cost is how much? 38,000. And when we read out the question, we found out that there was other material here. Material worth rupees 2,000 were returned to stores. So anything which is going out should be minus from the cost sheet. So material cost of work order is 38,000. So out of this 38,000, upon completion of the work order, material worth of 2,000 were returned to stores. So as your first item is your direct expenses, material consumed was, out of 38,000, you're minusing 2,000, where you will be getting 36,000. So your material calculation is done. Next is your wages. So how much is your wages in the problem? So your wages is 5,000. So you'll be considering wages. So 36,000 plus wages will give you your prime cost, which is 41,000. Next expense is works overhead. So what is the information given about works overhead in this problem is they have given machine hour. Machine hour, obviously machine rate and machine hour will be getting into your works overhead. So because it is all your factory expenses. So machine hour rates are given here for A, B, C, 5, 6 and 8, and they've given number of hours they have worked. So for machine A, 400 hours. So 400 hours, what is the rate given? 5. So 400 into 5 rupees. So the calculation is taken here, 400 into 5, which will give you 2,000. Next for B, machine B, the rate is 6 and the hours are 600 hours. So 600 into 6, which will give you 3,600. Then for machine C, rupees 8 and the number of working hours is 500. So 500 into 8, which will give you 4,000 for machine C. So the total of 2,000 plus 3,600 plus 4,000 will give you 9,600. So your prime cost plus your works overhead will give you your works cost. So you add 41,000 plus 9,600, you will be getting 50,600. So after your works cost, what is your other expense which you will be adding on? Is your office overhead. So in the question, have you given the information of office overhead? Yes. If you read the question, office overheads are to be charged at 60% of works cost. So how much is it? 60% of works cost. So how much is your works cost? What you have got? Your works cost is 50,600. So out of 50,600, 60% is your office overhead. So 50,600 into 60% will give you 30,360. So 50,600 plus 30,360 will give you your cost of production, which is 80,960. So after your cost of production is, after you're adding your office and overhead expenses, you will get your cost of production. After getting your cost of production, you need to see, do you have any selling expenses, selling and distribution expenses. So in the problem, if you read, there is nothing like selling and distribution, but they have given an adjustment here stating 10% of the production is going to be discarded. Okay, discarded in the sense it is going to be removed. Okay, fine, but the expenses is the same. Being unsatisfactory, for which half the amount can be realized from the sale in the market. Okay, so 10% of the production has been removed. Okay, fine, that will not damage the cost sheet, but what they have followed by it is being unsatisfactory, for which half the amount can be realized from the sale in the market. They have told that removed portion can be, the half of it can be sold in the market. So half of it. So let's find out what is the cost of production we have calculated. So out of that 10%, what is the production which is removed? Okay, after that removed, they are selling half of the amount, half of the production. So let's get into the calculation. Here we have got cost of production, which is 80,960. So out of 80,960, 10% is being removed, discarded. So 10% of it is 8,096. So out of this 8,096, they have stated half of the amount is sold. So 8,960 into 1 by 2 is nothing but half. You will be getting 4,048. That you will be minusing from 80,960 cost of production. You will be minusing 4,048. Why are you minusing? This is an income what you're getting. When you sell something, the business will get, the organization, the industry will get the income out of it. So this is your cost sheet where you need to record only your costs. So you are recording this to find out your cost. So as you're selling it, where this removed part of your production is being sold. So the half of the production is being sold. So that sales income what you're getting is the money what you're getting is nothing but an income. So you need to minus from your cost here. So how much is your income what you have got from the sale of discarded portion, which is 4,048. So cost of production 80,960 minus the sold sales of discarded production will give you 4,048. So what is your actual cost of production? 76,912. So next, this is your cost of production. Then after getting your cost of production, you need to check you have selling and distribution. As there is no information about your selling and distribution expenses, next will be your profit calculation. So here they have stated the last point. Find out the selling price per unit if 20% profit on selling price is desired. Okay, they have stated 20% profit on selling price. But in this calculation, we don't have our selling price here. We have only cost of production. So we need to find out profit on cost. So you need to convert your profit on selling price to profit on cost. So profit 20% on sales is what is given in the question. So but you have your cost price here. So you need to convert it profit on cost. So here assume when it is profit on sales, you need to assume sales to be 100%. If sales is 100, then profit is 20. Then how much is your cost? 100 minus 20, which will give you 80. So cost is 80. So profit on cost, the formula, as you all know, the formula is profit percentage divided by cost percentage is the formula. So here profit percentage is how much? 20. Divided by cost percentage is 80%. So this is your profit on cost. So how much is your cost price? 76,912. 76,912 into 20 divided by 80 will give you your profit on cost amount. So this is your profit, which is 19,228. So when you add your cost of production plus your profit 19,228, you will get your sales, which is 96,140. So as you have got your sales, the number of units is given in the problem. As the number of the units are given, you need to find out what is the per unit value. So how many units are given in the question? The work order for 1,000 units of the product. So how many units? 1,000 unit of the product passes through 3 machines. So they have given you 1000 units here and they have told you to find out per unit in the question. Find out the selling price per unit. So you have calculated and you have found out the overall cost. As they have given number of units and they have asked you to find out per unit value, you will be finding the per unit value. Selling price per unit is equal to total cost divided by number of units. What is your total cost? Total sales amount or total value what you have got? 96,140 is the amount. So 96,140 divided by how many units? 1000 units. So divided by 1000 units, you will get rupees 96.14 is your answer for this problem. Thank you everyone.